I just recently watched Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. Rotten Tomatoes praises the film as an innovative blend of the samurai and gangster lifestyles, but I didn't really care for it. Ghost Dog is filled with bad design choices, all of which add up to a very disappointing movie. Let's start with the muddled plot. Forrest Whitaker stars as Ghost Dog, a reclusive African-American hitman who lives by the way of the samurai. Ghost Dog is ordered to kill Handsome Frank, Richard Portnow, a mobster who is sleeping with Louise, Tricia Vesey, the daughter of mafia boss Ray Varjo, Henry Silva. Complications arise when Ghost Dog kills Henry in Louise's presence. Since Louise witnessed the killing, the mafia decides to get rid of Ghost Dog to cover up their involvement. This conflict just doesn't make sense when you think about it. Take this scene. The mafia leaders are talking to Louis, John Tormey, to learn what they can about Louis' mystery man, and resolve to have Ghost Dog killed for reasons that aren't very clear. I'll get to that a little later, but Sonny Valerio, Cliff Gorman, the man who wanted Handsome Frank killed, declares that Frank was one of us, and that what we need to do is eliminate the scumbag who whacked Frank. I'm confused. Did you want Frank dead or not? And why does the mafia feel the need to eliminate Ghost Dog? Ghost Dog is a perfect, untraceable hitman, so I doubt that Ghost Dog would lead the authorities to the mafia. And the murder of Handsome Frank was an inside job. Ray Varjo had Frank killed, presumably because he was having sex with Varjo's daughter Louise. So what does it matter if Louise saw Ghost Dog killing Frank? See? The conflict doesn't make sense. Forrest Whitaker provides a rather flat performance as Ghost Dog. There are times when Whitaker comes across as a calm, noble man and an efficient killer, but he has precious little charisma in this movie. Most of the time, he just seems bored and detached. There are some touching scenes in which Ghost Dog spends time with his best friend Raymond, Isaac DeBunco. With Whitaker's bland delivery, DeBunco does all the work in these scenes. As with many of Jarmusch's other movies, Ghost Dog's narrative is comprised of several vignettes linked by a central conflict and a common theme, the latter being the way of the samurai. Throughout the film, Ghost Dog recites a passage from Hagakure, the Guide to Bushido, and the following events illustrate each passage. This approach works with mixed success. This passage here parallels the mafia's single-minded pursuit of Ghost Dog, and the statement that the way of the samurai is one of immediacy, and it is best to dash in headlong, cleverly acknowledges a common action movie cliché. But having Ghost Dog live by the code of the samurai actually contradicts the notion that returning to the spirit of an age is impossible, and the passage about powdered rouge has no relevance and doesn't make any sense. Most of the passages are insightful, if lofty, but some aren't very relevant or foreshadow the events only loosely. The film is slow-paced overall, which is not a problem in itself, but the second act has a competent shootout followed by 10 minutes or more of not much of importance happening. But more importantly, there's little sense of the film building to anything. I also hate the score in Ghost Dog. Most of the soundtrack is just off-key, unpleasant loops of hip-hop music. Also, the sparse action is well staged but dull. So, Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai, has mediocre action, a crap score, inconsistent pacing, a dull performance from Forrest Whitaker, and a conflict that doesn't make any sense. The film was positively received back in 1999 and has an 82% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but I can't recommend it due to many major flaws. Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai, earns 2.5 stars out of 5.